The Little Garden. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled beside a whispering river, lived a little girl named Lily. Lily loved flowers. More than sweets, more than toys, more than anything else in the world, Lily loved flowers. Her favorite thing to do was to visit her grandmother's little garden. The garden wasn't big. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't full of rare and exotic blooms. But to Lily, it was the most beautiful place in the world. It was a square of earth, perhaps 10 steps across, tucked behind grandmother's cottage. Roses climbed the walls, their petals a soft, blushing pink. Sunflowers stood tall and proud, their faces following the sun. Daisies dotted the grass like tiny stars. And bees, busy bees, hummed happily amongst the blossoms. Grandmother was a kind and gentle woman with hands as wrinkled as autumn leaves. She taught Lily everything she knew about the garden. She showed Lily how to gently water the plants, how to pull up the weeds, and how to carefully pick the ripe berries from the bushes. Lily learned the names of all the flowers: forget-me-nots, poppies, lavender. She learned the scent of each one, the feel of each petal. Every day, Lily would visit the garden. She'd help grandmother weed and water, and they'd talk. They'd talk about the weather, about the birds singing in the trees, about the funny things Lily's brother did. Sometimes, grandmother would tell Lily stories about the garden. She told her how her own grandmother had planted the first rose bush, and how the garden had grown bigger and more beautiful with each passing year. One day, a terrible storm raged through the village. The wind howled and the rain lashed down. Lily worried about the garden. When the storm finally passed, Lily rushed to see her grandmother in the little garden. She found the garden a mess. The wind had blown down many flowers. The rain had battered the plants. Lily was heartbroken. Grandmother, however, didn't seem too upset. She smiled gently at Lily and said, "Don't worry, my dear. We will fix it together." And so they did. They spent the whole day cleaning up the garden. They carefully straightened the bent stems, removed the broken petals, and gently watered the thirsty plants. Lily learned that even though storms could damage the garden, it could always be made beautiful again with care and patience. As the days turned into weeks, the garden slowly began to recover. New buds appeared on the rose bushes. New sunflowers sprouted from the earth. The daisies, resilient as ever, pushed their way through the soil. The garden wasn't quite the same as before, but it was beautiful in a different way. One day, Lily's brother, Tom, accidentally kicked a football into the garden. He was careless and didn't notice he had damaged some of the plants. Lily was angry. She told Tom he should be more careful. She then went to her grandmother to express her frustration. Grandmother smiled sadly and said, "Even the kindest people can make mistakes, Lily. It is important to forgive, and to help things grow again." Lily thought about her grandmother's words. She realized that even though Tom had made a mistake, the garden could still be healed. She went back to the garden with Tom and together they helped fix the damaged plants. Tom learned a valuable lesson that day about being responsible and caring for the natural world. As the seasons changed, so did the garden. In spring, it was a riot of color, with tulips and daffodils pushing their way up through the soil. In summer, the roses bloomed in full glory, filling the air with their sweet fragrance. In autumn, the leaves turned golden and red, creating a stunning display of color. And in winter, the garden rested, quietly waiting for the spring to come again. Lily continued to visit the garden every day, even when she grew older. She learned more than just about flowers and plants. She learned about the cycle of life, about growth and decay, about patience and perseverance. She learned about the importance of caring for something precious. The little garden wasn't just a place of flowers, it was a place of lessons, a place of memories, a place of love. It was a place where Lily learned about the world, and about herself. It was a place she would always cherish, a place she would always call home. One day, Lily grew up and left the village to live in a big city. She missed her grandmother and the little garden terribly. She missed the scent of the roses, the hum of the bees, and the feel of the earth beneath her fingers. Years passed. Lily had her own home now, with a balcony overlooking a busy street. She tried to create a little garden on her balcony, planting flowers in pots and window boxes. But it wasn't the same. It lacked the magic, the history, the love of grandmother's little garden. One summer, Lily decided to visit her grandmother again. When she arrived at the village, she found that her grandmother was very ill. The little garden, however, was still beautiful. The flowers were vibrant, and the bees were still busy. Lily spent her last days with her grandmother, sitting in the little garden, holding her hand. Grandmother smiled weakly, and pointed to a tiny rosebud just starting to bloom. "This," she whispered, "is for you, Lily. A memory of our little garden." Then she closed her eyes, and peacefully passed away. Lily stayed by her grandmother's side for many weeks. The garden remained a comforting presence, helping her manage her grief. After the funeral, Lily decided to stay in the village for a while, looking after the garden. It was a quiet job, simple, and very meaningful to her. She continued to nurture the little garden, remembering all the lessons her grandmother had taught her. She planted new flowers, carefully tending to the old ones. She shared the beauty of the garden with other villagers, and taught children the same things her grandmother had taught her. The little garden became a place of healing, not just for her, but for the entire village. The garden was a legacy, a testament to the love and care of 3 generations of women. It was a living, breathing memory of Lily's grandmother, and a promise of the beauty that would continue to grow. The little garden, though small, held within it the vastness of love, loss, and enduring life. And it was, and always would be, Lily's little garden too.